Okay, what is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? My name is Chimoge, and this is Chimoge's Comments America, and this is your monthly live stream for June. Welcome those of you who are watching live, and also welcome those of you who are watching this on replay in the future. Today, I'm going to be reacting to a video from the Kanganda YouTube channel, which is run by the YouTuber O'Shea Duke Jackson, about a YouTuber who apparently says he's done helping African Americans move to Africa. Again, I've never seen the video before, and I didn't even know who the YouTuber was before I decided to react to this. I still don't know who he is. I've only seen his name, so I'm gonna be learning with y'all. If y'all don't already know more about this than I do. But that's what I'm gonna do. So please like the stream, or if you're in the future, like the video and share it with people you know, and also hop in the live stream chat if you're watching this live, and if you're watching this in the future, be sure to leave a comment after you're done watching the video. But before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and share around the link to the live stream so that other people can come join. I'm live on YouTube right now. For those of you who are familiar with my other networks, you know I multi-stream. I multi-stream on Chimoge's Comments. I multi-stream on CommentaREACTIon. I'm not yet multi-streaming on Chimoge's Comments America though, just because I need to get things set up to do that here. I have not yet, because it does cost a bit of money, and I have to spread my money around, so there's not enough in the budget yet to get the multi-stream for Chimoge's Comments America, but that is coming very soon. But for now, only live on YouTube, but a lot of y'all are going to be watching this on the future and other platforms. So okay, let's get started. Okay, so first let me let the other YouTube subscribers know that I'm going. YouTube community tab. Give me a second. Okay, so YouTube community knows that we're live. Now let's go to Facebook. Okay, Facebook. For those of you who follow my other networks on Facebook, you know that yesterday was a mix-up. I accidentally aired the Chimoge's Comments live on the CommentaREACTIon Facebook page, and it's still up there, and I haven't put the copy, or rather a replay, up yet on Chimoge's Comments. I said yesterday I was gonna take it down from the CommentaREACTIon page, once I put it up on the Chimoge's comments page. But I think I'm actually gonna leave it. I'll just make the heading different and note the mistake. Just gonna be a little funny moment in OG Bangoku history. Yeah. Anyway, let's alert Facebook that we live. I'm gonna post it and then edit in the YouTube link because I didn't copy and paste the YouTube link to begin with. Let me just look at my face, make sure I'm still looking good. Should probably rate. Should I raise up my chair? Just I think when I fix my posture, y'all can see my whole head, right? I think this is okay. I don't feel like adjusting the chair. Let me know, guys, if it's really bothering you that you're missing a couple chin hairs here or not. If it is, then I'll raise myself up more. Man, today I've been listening to that reggae artist. What's his name? Capleton. Found one of his songs. I'd heard it before. I didn't know it was his. It's called like Who Dem. It's amazing stuff. Let me not use profane language. Profane. But yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on reggae? I know that's off topic, but you know, why not? Let me know your thoughts on reggae. I'm actually really happy with how the thumbnail for this live stream turned out. Let me know what y'all think of it, because I actually made it like less than 2 hours, a little over 2 hours ago, about 2.5 hours ago. Because you know I've been due to some other stuff going on, I've been running behind on stuff. So even though I announced when the live stream was scheduled, I didn't have the thumbnail ready and set up like I usually do. So I was just doing it. I was playing with it, and initially I had that same black man, black woman, and the outline of Africa on there, and the same words, and it was a shade of green as the background, but it was a lighter. But then I was like, I don't know about that. So I went back in Canva. I went back to the original template I used, moved some stuff, kept the same background, and because the original background, it had some other like design going on. It was a much darker shade of green. But I made that shade of green lighter, but not as light as before, and still kept the other design in the background. I'm real happy with it. But let me know what y'all think. For those of you who are just joining, welcome. I'm about to react to a video about African Americans moving back to Africa, and particularly how some YouTuber apparently says he's not going to help them do it anymore. But before I do that, I'm just sharing the stream around. If y'all could do it too, that would be very helpful. Will I get a copyright violation for singing a song I don't know? I don't think so. I'm just humming it, right? It'd be petty as heck if they hit me with copyright, but Man, I don't know why Facebook does this. Sometimes it just doesn't let me share to the story on the main OG Bang Wonko account. Sometimes it just don't let me. It won't let me tell my story. Am I frozen? Uh-oh, am I frozen? Uh-oh. What is going on? Why am I frozen? Why am I frozen? No. Ugh. Jeez. Okay, let's okay. Well, let's close some tabs here. I don't even need the rest of these. Okay, that's better. Whoo! Oh, oh, oh! Let me not do the iShow speed. Man. There's always a market for a black man who'll act like an animal. Sad world we live in. Doubly sad because you should be able to bark like a dog and it not have any connotations. But you know, making himself look like an animal. Anyway, I'm gonna still bark sometimes in the right context. Sorry y'all, I'm just trying to see if there's a way for me to share this to my Facebook story on the main overall media company account, but doesn't look like it, so I'm just gonna move on to Twitter. It's not the right Twitter account. Lord have mercy. More news about Zion and Mariah Mills. It's messy as heck. Don't worry, y'all. I'm coming. Just one more retweet, and then we will begin. One more retweet, and then there will be one less bored YouTuber, or one less bored YouTube viewer. One less bored YouTube viewer. Okay. Okay, I've alerted everybody. Let's begin. Let me share my screen. Make my beautiful face a little bit smaller. Not any less beautiful now, but smaller. Okay. And let's make it even smaller. There we go. Okay. So this is the video I'm reacting to. You can see, well, let me show y'all the thumbnail. Okay, let me open up a different tab and show you the thumbnail, but it's on the Ken Gonda YouTube channel, which is one of the other channels of the YouTuber O'Shea Duke Jackson. Can't say it's his second channel because I think he has like 3 other ones other than his main one. But, and if I'm being honest, I cannot totally tell Like, I cannot totally tell why some of his channels are different, because O'Shea Duke Jackson, for those of you who don't know, is a Black Manosphere YouTuber. So he just makes a lot of content hating on women in general, and especially black women. That's just his thing. You know, he was a big Kevin Samuel supporter. I mean, you know, look like they have their own internal beef, but he support him overall, it seemed. But anyway, he just puts out a lot of nonsense like that. Respect to him. I mean, with all due respect to him, that's what he does. He does some other stuff, because he's less extreme than most of the dudes in the Black Manosphere, and it looks like he has some content that's just like comedy and that sort of thing. I haven't really watched it, but from what I've seen, that's what it is. But I used to, I don't know what it was. Like he how do I explain it? At some point over the you know, the events that began in March 2020, at some point during that big medical emergency, that big worldwide medical emergency where everyone was at home, I discovered his channel on YouTube. I don't even remember how. I don't even remember how. And I don't know. I watched some of the videos, and it's like maybe every now and again he had one that I found was funny or had a good take, so I subscribed. But after a while I unsubscribed, because I'm like, this, for every one video that I like or can tolerate, there's like just 10 terrible ones that are just hating on women and even low-key on black people in general. So it's like, this bad energy. But anyway, because I used to subscribe to his channel, videos from all his channels will appear on my feed every once in a while. So every once in a while, even though I don't think I ever even subscribe to it, I'll see videos from the Kanganda channel, and it kind of looks like the same sort of topics as his main one, at least I guess until recently, because when I saw this video across my feed, that's when I decided to react to it, because I saw a few videos he had about repatriation, and when I looked when I clicked on the Kanganda channel and looked over the content, I did see a lot that was more geared towards Africa and repatriation. So I guess it is different. I guess I can see. But there are other ones I've seen, especially in the past, where it looked like he was just saying the same thing as he would on his own channel. Maybe he went through a period when he was figuring out what type of content to put where. I don't know. But anyway, the point is, I just want to show you the thumbnail of the video. This is it. So that's the thumbnail. It's that guy. I think he's a YouTuber with I Quit. But anyway, then here's the full title. This YouTuber says he's done helping African Americans move to Africa. Okay. And then here's the description. This is a story regarding RJ Mahdi, a man who was a maverick in the repatriation space. From my knowledge, he has never had any real issues or allegations until now. He's been the go-to guy in Senegal for years, all caps. However, after some alleged false allegations, he is done, all caps, helping African Americans move to Africa. Okay, so that describes the situation. Again, I mean, before, while I was preparing for the live stream, I did read the description, but I've never seen this video, and before reading that description, I didn't know who RJ Mahdi was, and I still don't really know who he is. I just know his name. Let's check out his, because before I watch the video, I want to get some context myself and also give you guys some context. But I just want to see what kind of guy he is. Okay, decent sized channel, 17.4k subscribers. I know I'd love to have that many right now. 101 videos. He's been on YouTube. It looks like he's located in Senegal. He's been on YouTube since June 17th, 2014. So at least he's had this account for a while. Let's see what his oldest video is. His oldest video was 7 years ago. So he has been on YouTube for a while, and it's titled "This is Why I Left America for Africa." So it seems like he's a guy who moved back to Africa, and based on that other thumbnail, he'd been helping African Americans move back until recently. I don't know. Oh well, let's read his description. Blessings and welcome to my channel. I'm RJ Mahdi, African American repatriate to Senegal, West Africa, founder of Mahdi Media and the Made in Africa project. And there's the website. Watch and enjoy our videos as we bridge the gap between Africa and the diaspora. Make sure to subscribe. Lots more on the way. And I think another piece of context I don't think I mentioned is that I think part of the reason that O'Shea Duke Jackson even has a channel where he's talking about African Americans moving back to Africa is because he himself no longer lives in the U.S., even though he is African American. He was born and raised here. From his videos, he said Sacramento, so where he's from in the U.S. And I'm not sure if he lives in Africa, but he definitely has a lot of business dealings there and travels there a lot. And he describes himself as a Pan-Africanist. It's debatable whether or not he actually is. I think you would have to say he's a Pan-Africanist. I guess just the views aren't totally consistent, because it's hard to be at least the type of Pan-Africanist he is or says he is, and then be so anti-black. It doesn't, and give out some of his other opinions. Doesn't really make sense. But you know, nonetheless, he does advocate for like black people globally working together, and people should do business together. And I mean, he has at least traveled to Africa a lot. I know some videos of his I watched, and other videos I watched where people mentioned him. They said he was living in Poland, so I don't know if he moved out of Poland or he still lives there and just travels to Africa, whatever. But anyway, the point is, O'Shea Duke Jackson definitely travels to Africa a lot and has business dealings there. So, you know, that's kind of why he focused on the issue. And I don't know, maybe we'll find out in the video. I don't know whether he knows RJ Mahdi personally or not, or they have dealings together, but it seems like at least in one area they're interested in similar things. Anyway, let's look at his latest videos. RJ Mahdi, that is. He's talking about ACON, United Nations, something called The Cookout that looks like a podcast. Oh wow, but wait a minute. Oh, so his last video he posted was 6 months ago. Before that, 8 months ago. Before that, a year ago. So it looks like he recently has not been posting that much. But then this video is from June 20th, which is, what is today? The 28th? 8 days ago, a little over a week ago. So I guess he does stuff other than YouTube. Cause what does he say he does again? He's the founder of Mahdi Media, so I guess he's on IG. Okay, maybe he's big on other platforms, but anyway, we don't need to overstudy him, because I know y'all want to get to this video, but I don't see anything too crazy here. It looks like you're just talking about moving back to Africa, Senegal specifically, and living in Senegal. So just first impressions, I don't have any major problems with the dude. Yeah, no major problems with the dude upon first impressions. So yeah, let me see, are there any questions before I begin the video? No questions. Okay, it's only ghosts in the chat, but that's all right. I'm a medium, I can talk to ghosts. Okay, all right, let's watch this video. Yeah, let's go full screen. And of course, the reason I'm talking about this is because one of the core topics of this channel is repatriation, which is just a fancy word for black people who live in America moving back to Africa, because things are about to go down this country, and it is likely that it will not be safe for us to be here. So we should, at the very least, prepare to move back. And I would say you should probably just move back, you know, ASAP. But yeah, let's go. Hold up. Let's start it. Okay. The game, the repatriation game. Hold up. Okay, just pausing it here. Oh, and I stopped it at 111. My angels are smiling down on me. Yes, but this is my gut reaction off the bat. This looks like an ad. It looks like one of them ads that just gets you nervous. Like, oh, you have to sign up now, else you won't get it. Just to get you to sign up to their thing. But the next day it'll still be available. That's what it seems like. So that would seem to go against the whole premise, I guess, of this video, that this RJ Mahdi guy is done helping people move back to Africa. But let's keep going. Oh wow. Also, this doesn't necessarily have to do with the topic of the video, but you know, I'm dreaming of the day when grown black men no longer do nonsense like that. This man looks like he's probably in his 40s, could be older, because you know black don't crack, but he's definitely not like a teenager, early 20s guy, right? And he's talking about running up on people with his crew. God, that's corny. And also just, I mean, you could start unnecessary trouble. You When you're modeling to young men that that's how you should behave. Anytime you have an issue with someone, you threaten to run up on them with their crew, or you actually do it. That's just, oh, look, I want us to stop doing that. And obviously what white people and other non-blacks have done to us and are still doing to us is a big factor. I mean, it's the only overall it's the only factor in why we're doing that, right? Because even though there is individual responsibility as individual black men, and we as a community could react to what they're doing better. If they didn't attack us and they weren't still attacking us, you wouldn't even have this. But yeah, that's the cause. But we gotta find the solution. I mean, obviously the other people should stop what they're doing, but independent of that, on our end, we gotta do more. And at the end of the day, big picture, all I'm saying is that I just hate seeing nonsense like that. I really wanted to stop. But anyway, let's go on. I mean, but your slogan is bootleg too. You got that from Marcus Garvey, who even got that from someone else. I mean, that no one owns the phrase Africa for Africa. Oh my God. Yeah, my thoughts on this so far is it looks like we got people scamming and grifting off of people who want to move back to Africa. And that's a Lord have mercy, that's a big problem. Well, clearly he's just trying to put down his competitor. Oh my God. This is not what I expected when I clicked on this video. Okay, we gotta pause. What did I just watch? That is not what I expected when I clicked on this video, man. Hey! Oh. Oh. Man, oh man. Lord have MF in mercy. That was wild. That was wild. So, look, I don't... Look, obviously I don't know for sure the details of what went down between this guy and RJ Mahdi, and I don't know what went down between RJ Mahdi and the girl they're talking about. I'll actually look that up quickly after I'm done with this video. See if we can quickly get any other details. But big picture, what it's looking like here is clearly, my gut tells me that this RJ Mahdi guy, you know, I want to be careful here. I'll be careful with my words. Look, obviously I haven't looked at his case in depth. I don't know him. I've never met him. But based off of what I've seen in this video, it seems like he has done things that a scammer would do. That's what it seems like. And also the energy that he seems to give off seems to be similar to the energy that scammers give off. That doesn't mean for sure he is a scammer. Again, I don't know for sure, but it looks fishy. If I were advising him and he were not a scammer, I would advise him to move differently. Okay? Because putting out Instagram posts like the one he put out, oh, you have to sign up for my Exodus Club before, midnight. That seems like something a scammer would do. And again, the other guy who was responding to him, again, I don't know whether or not he's a scammer. But I will say that I don't think that, it seems clear to me that he views this RJ Mahdi guy as a competitor to his business, because it looks like he makes money off of getting people to move back to Africa, which of course I'm an advocate of people moving back to Africa, but us moving back to Africa is not a game. This is part of the survival of our people. So if you're helping people move back to Africa, it has to be more than just a business to you. And from what I've seen out of this guy, based on the way he carries himself, the guy who was responding to RJ Mahdi, it doesn't seem like it's more than a business to him. You see what I mean? Because it seems like, because if it was more than a business to him, there's no reason for him to do all that attacking RJ Mahdi, right? Complaining about investments, because that has nothing to do with repatriation, or even if you're upset that RJ Mahdi scammed some people who wanted to move back, that just seems like you're mad that someone else is cutting into your business. So that's not good. That muddies things. And then also, I'll go into this in more depth after I'm done watching the video, but it sounds like the way he's getting people to move back, it isn't the proper way, because it's disconnected from their families and their communities. But that's what I'm getting so far. Let's continue. Okay, I just want to pause this for a second, and comment a couple other things. First, I think there's truth to what O'Shea Duke Jackson is saying here, in that, um, if you are someone that's helping other people move back to Africa, um, it can end up being bad for you if those people don't like what you've offered them. They think you broke their promises. You show them a bunch of land, you make them feel like they're gonna be rich if they move back to Africa. They come back, that's not it. Then they could accuse you of being a scammer, and maybe even sue you or something like that. So I think that's true. So that looks like it can be a tricky thing to do. However, I would say that most of that comes to going about doing it in the wrong way, right? Because I think it's a big mistake to tell people that they should move back to Africa because they're going to be rich. I think it's a big mistake to tell people to move back to Africa without, as much as possible, consulting their family and their ancestors and trying to move back to their particular ancestral homeland. I think it's a big mistake to tell people to move back to Africa, particularly those who, really anyone, but especially people whose ancestors were kidnapped from the continent and brought to the Americas during the wars of enslavement, right? People call it the slave trade. That whitewashes what happened. That was those were wars where they kidnapped us, right? But if you're a person who your connection to your family on the continent has been lost, I think it's a big mistake to tell you to move back without trying to find your relatives who are still there, because almost everyone whose ancestors were brought over to the Americas as slaves has relatives who are still living on the continent of Africa. So you should link up with them and reintegrate with your family. You should rejoin your family. That's how it should be done. You shouldn't tell someone, oh, hey, Gambia has cheap land, move here, buy a bunch of land, become a millionaire. Don't even bother to find out whether or not your people live in the Gambia now, whether that's where your people was from. Don't bother about your family. That's just nonsense. So and again, someone could offer that in good faith, and a person like that's not necessarily a scammer, but that's the wrong way to go about it, because ultimately the person who's moving back is not going to get the best experience, both in the short and long term, doing that. And then if people don't have a good experience, that's when you open yourself up to being called a scammer. That's the first thing I wanted to comment on. Second thing I wanted to comment on, is related to that, and it's just that based on this video, and this isn't the first time I picked up on this, but I'm seeing it more again here. The most popular movement for repatriation to Africa has a lot of black bourgeoisie, black excellence energy. In other words, if you look at the video, the images he was showing of people is people wearing suits and ties, black people looking rich. And then of course, when you put that together with some of these the main repatriation people he's talking about business, investments, all this stuff, it looks like the same people who think that this movement is being led by the same people who think that I kind of hate the terms people use to. Forgive me, I'm thinking of what terms to use, because the terms that people use to criticize these people I also don't like, because there's problems with it. But just to be quick here, it looks like the same people who think that black excellence, as in getting rich within white people's economic system and dressing like rich white people, is going to save black people, right? Which is nonsense. It seems like those same types of people is the ones leading this movement, and that's not good, because this is not what it should be about. We're not going back to Africa to wear our enemy's clothes and use his fiat currency. That is not what we're doing. And I think when people go back with that mentality, that's why they have a lot of problems, and of course they can cause a lot of problems as well. Yeah, and obviously in this whole space, again, I'm not saying that those two brothers that have been talked about in the video so far are scammers necessarily, though I do have to say I think it's possible. I've seen some scammer red flags with them, but I'm not gonna say for sure that they are scammers, right? But you know, in this space, when you're operating like this, when you're moving like this, when you're moving with this mentality, it's very easy for scammers to enter and take advantage of you. So yeah, I just don't think this is the energy we should be moving back to Africa with. Hold up, is that the video? No. Do people really move back without visiting first? Lord have mercy. I'm even asking that. Idiots will do anything. There are those suits again. Lord have mercy. Okay. Alright, that's the end of the video. Overall thoughts. I don't have much to add about the video itself before I go and do more research. all I'm gonna say is that, just to repeat what I said, it looks like that guy RJ Mahdi and the people involved with him have got themselves in a mess. And they got themselves into a mess because they're not going about both moving back to Africa and helping other people move back to Africa in the right way and with the right mentality. So they got themselves in a mess. Send prayers and good energy to everyone involved. I hope justice is done there, whatever that is. But not moving right. Now, are there any questions before I do some research? No, okay, I don't see any questions. All right. Also, is there? Okay. No, there's nothing on my screen. Okay. All right, I want to quickly look up RJ Mahdi on Google just to see if I can learn more about the situation he was in, see if that tells us anything. I don't see anything. Let's check the news. There's no results. Obviously the guy isn't that famous. Let's check his Instagram. What does that look like? Exodus. Yeah. Pan-African repatriate developer. Al-Kebulon City. Oh, is he one of these people who's building a new Western style city in Africa? Well, again, that fits with the black excellence energy I was seeing. I'll look more into that. Maybe I'll do a future video. I think I'm gonna do a follow-up on this. It seems like there might be more to look into with this. I might do more research on this guy. I think this could be a good case study. It could be a good way for me to point out some things to do and things not to do when moving back to Africa, right? I want to see if I could see that post that was being talked about in the video. Oh, it looks like this is it. Yeah, let's see. Okay. After a private Exodus club. I wonder if you have to pay for it. This was last week. Why are the doors closed? Not in this format. Members will continue to get service, but no new additions after today. Okay, so it seems like he's still helping some people move back or do business in Africa. It's just he's not taking on new clients, I guess you could say. And okay, he has the right to do that. Again, I'll have to do more research, but I don't know in depth about his business. All I can say is I think he's moving wrong. Okay, but let me unshare my screen, give some final thoughts, and then we can wrap up. Again, thank you so much to everyone who's been up with me up to this point. Again, if you haven't already, please like the stream. If you're in the future, like the video and share it with people you know. And please comment. Please hop in this live stream. Want to hear from y'all. But yeah, I think the one thing I want to speak on before I end the live stream is the proper way to move back to Africa, right? Because I already talked about how that is the improper way, and I'm gonna do another video where I outline the steps in more detail, and I'm even gonna do more different videos on it, even going deeper. But just now, I think I just want to give a quick overview about what you should do, how you should move back to Africa, right? So first, if you're a black person living in America and really anywhere outside of Africa, you want to move back, this is what you should do. Number one, you have to find out where your people are from in Africa, right? So that would be a combination of finding out what tribe you are, and really tribe or tribes, right? Because most people in the diaspora are gonna belong to multiple tribes just because of the mixing that went on both before and after they were brought, right? Because tribes did mix in and marry with each other before Europeans invaded us. It's not new. Although the mixing will be greater outside the continent just because different people were obviously moved from place to place in the Americas by force, and then people bump into each other more. But anyway, first you got to find out where your people are from. So that's a combination of finding out what your tribe is and what specific city or village your people are from, right? And I say those things together because likely you might you could learn those at the same time, or you could learn one before you learn the other, right? Like you might learn, okay, my great 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 grandfather was from Dakar, and then you have to go look up which tribe of people live in Dakar. These people, okay, these are their customs, etc. Or you might go, okay, my great 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 grandmother was Igbo. Okay, but where was she from in Igbo land? And you're looking up the customs in Igbo land, so you know a bit about Igbo culture. And then you find out, she was from Newi, right? So those two things happen together, right? But that's step one. Step two is then you gotta find out whether or not those people are matrilineal or patrilineal. In other words, do they give citizenship in the village based on who your mother is, or do they give citizenship in the village based on who your father is, right? And you'll if you belong to multiple different tribes, you're gonna have to look that up for all the tribes, and then you're gonna then figure out where you fit in. A lot of people probably might end up in a situation where they have citizenship in both a matrilineal and a patrilineal village. A lot of people might end up in a situation where they don't have citizenship in either. Although the way these African systems work, if you're not a citizen, but you have a parent that's from there, like say your mother, say the people is matrilineal, right? The children of the men from that village will still have some privileges in that village. It just won't be exactly full citizenship. It's kind of different, but the point is it's important to tap into that too regardless. And if you are in that situation where you don't have like what I'm calling the full citizenship from either village, you can get it, right? There'll be, if you're in that situation, there'll be a way to figure it out, right? But yeah, two. But anyway, that's the second thing. The reason you're figuring that out is because you have to figure out at the end of the day where you're supposed to live. Because really, the citizenship thing at the end of the day is about where you live, what village you live in. And that's not to say that you can't move out of your village. You can, but for someone who is trying to move back to Africa, and do it the proper way, which is a way which is in tune with your family and your people, you first have to touch base at the village that your family is from and then put down some roots there before you then want to decide to go anywhere else, right? Because if you don't put down roots where your family's from, then whatever tree, so to speak, you try and grow in Africa is just gonna fall down. It won't work, right? So that's two. The second thing. Then the third thing you have to do is actually find your blood relatives in Africa and then link up with them. And then the fourth thing is actually to then go and move back, right? So those are the four general steps. One, find out what your tribe is and where your people are from, what specific city or village. Two, find out whether or not your people are matrilineal or patrilineal. Three, find your blood relatives in Africa. And four, actually move back. Those are the four basic steps. In a future video, I'm gonna go over how this should all be done more depth. And of course, in the future, I'm gonna be going in more depth on various aspects of repatriation. But the reason I'm sharing that those are the steps is that what you'll notice is that, one, you're not thinking about where you're going to be richest, okay? If your people are dirt poor, you are moving back there. You are still linking up with them because those are your people. It's not about money. And two, you're doing this in tune with your family, right? Because another thing I should mention is that you shouldn't just be doing this as an individual, unless you're in an extreme case where there's a crazy family breakdown. But really, you should get together with your family in the US and y'all should move back as a group. And then, of course, you also have to consult your ancestors, right? Your family members in spirit, because they will guide you along this process. They will tell you so much. They will tell you where to do. That's also why it's so important to be spiritually connected, right? But that's the right way to move back. And if you move back like that, you will avoid a lot of the problems that got highlighted in that video we watched today. And if you are a person who's helping other people move back to Africa, you will avoid a lot of the problems that were shown in that video today if you do it in that way. And then another note on that, if you're helping people move back, I'm not going to say that you can't make a business out of helping people move back, because obviously that takes a lot of time and effort. So it's fair to want to get some money back from people you're helping to support yourself. All I'm going to say is that the money should be secondary, because helping people move back to Africa in the times we're in is like medicine, right? There's nothing wrong with a healer, whether that be a Western medical doctor or a holistic healer. There's nothing wrong with a healer making money off their craft, but the money can't be first. Healing has to be first, right? If they have to choose between healing people the right way or healing people the wrong way and making money, right? That's it. If a healer has to choose between healing people the right way and not making much money, or healing people the wrong way, really hurting people, hurting their patients and making a lot of money, they should choose to heal people the right way and not make a lot of money. In the same way, if you're helping people move back to Africa and you have to choose between helping people move back the right way but not making a lot of money, or helping people move back the wrong way and making a lot of money, you should choose to help them move back the right way and not make a lot of money. Because at the end of the day, this is bigger than money. This is about the survival of our people, okay? And if you do things the right way, the universe will give you and your people just reward. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. I don't think there's any comments, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Please like the video wherever you're watching it, share it with other people you know, and leave a comment on the video wherever you're watching. I want to hear what y'all have to think about this. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're on any other platform, please follow the channel, follow the account page. Please hit the link to join my Patreon. The link to join my Patreon is in the description of the video. And it's also on my account about pages on a lot of my accounts, such as my YouTube. On Facebook, it's the sign up button. If you hit the sign up button, it'll take you to the link to my Patreon. Please also hit the link to donate. The link to donate is in the same place. You can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or directly using your card. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or directly using your card. And if you're donating on Twitch using the donate button, which I'll talk about more in a sec, you can actually set up a recurring donation. So you can set things up where you donate automatically once a month, for example. So please do that. That's appreciated. And please also join my email and phone list. Join my email and phone list. The link to that is in the same places as everywhere else. If you join my email and phone list, you'll get updates about Chimoge's Comments America directly to your email or phone. It's a good way to keep in the know about what's going on with the network. And if you're watching this on Twitch, because some version of this video is going to be up on Twitch in the future, universe allows, excuse me, there are buttons to get to all these links. So there's a button you can click to go to Patreon and join. There's a button you could click to donate. And of course, if you click the button there, you have the option to make a recurring donation. And there's a button you could click to go join the email and phone list. And please also check out the rest of OG Bangwoku, right? Because Chimoge's Comments America is just a subset of my overall media company, OG Bangwoku. Under there, I got another commentary channel, the main Chimoge's Comments. I got a nature channel, Uwama, and then I got an art, music, and now health network. I'm saying channel, they're really networks. I'm still kind of debating whether or not to call these channels or networks. I'll probably put them up for a vote. But regardless, I got I'll say network for now, art, music, and health network called Nkorie. And I'm also a musical artist. You can check me out under the name Nkorie on all streaming platforms. So please check me out. Again, my name is Chimoge. This has been the monthly live stream for June here on Chimoge's Comments America. Can't wait to see you all on the monthly live stream for July next month, and on any other live streams I might choose to pop up and do, because again, the monthly live streams are pre-announced. Any other live stream, I'll just pop up and do it. And then I'll have a lot of pre-recorded content coming out for you all. So